You're listening to Indiana Originals Radio, leading local living.
I'm going back to Indiana now.
Welcome back. This is the first day. 93 WIBC, Terry Stacy. Glad you're here with us this morning. Also glad that our friend Mel McMahon has stopped by once again this morning, IndianaOriginals.com. We've had such a good time meeting our neighbors and our friends and supporting local. Thanks to you, I think it's in our brain every weekend when we're out there doing our shopping. So Mel, hello and welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning to you. IndianaOriginals.com. It's easy to do.
It's very easy. If this is the first time you're hearing this segment, first time you're hearing Indiana Originals, what we're trying to do is just help you find local Indiana-based businesses easier. So there's an online directory and an app where you can find local businesses for your everyday needs. So IndianaOriginals.com is the website. You can search Indiana Originals on your iPhone or on your Android. And it's very, very easy to find great local businesses that you can support.
And that's what we've been doing. We have been doing it. It's always in our brain. And you brought to us a little bit of sunshine on a Sunday.
I sure did. We're going to add to your sunshine.
Thank you.
Terry.
Thank
I know
you.
you were really excited when you heard our guest name. Nancy Sunshine of the Sunshine Group. Thank you so much for
Yay!
joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here because when we met, you were working, doing the same thing that you're doing now, but now you're on your own. You're an entrepreneur.
It's very, very exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell us about your business and what you do.
I work with small to medium-sized locally owned businesses to help them reduce their credit card processing fees. So, yes, I've been in the industry for a while, and in January decided that I needed to do my own thing. I can do this by myself. And actually, I have a mentor, a friend that kind of pushed me in that direction, and I've been so very thankful for her support from day one. So I do work with, again, small business owners, locally owned from Indiana, to help reduce their credit card processing fees. I've learned a lot about the industry, and I just really want to help business owners.
Well, that's great because a lot of business owners, like me, have no idea what I'm looking at. You hand me a
Exactly.
spreadsheet and it's got all these percentages on it. I'm like, I don't know what this means.
Exactly.
I have no idea. So I'm glad we have an expert on that.
Yeah.
And that applies to e-commerce or whether you have, something in your store, right?
Right,
Something
exactly.
mobile.
So retail, the countertop machines, the mobile devices you plug into your phones, your iPads, your tablets, or even e-commerce, exactly, like you and I were speaking about earlier. So any gamut of the way you accept credit card payments, I can take care of.
I have a question from the back.
Yes.
If I may. So I'm at every festival in town.
Yes.
And here's what I've noticed in the last year or so is that now I'm able to, and people are able to go to these spots where our local artisans are creating, and they are now able to take our credit or our debit card. Does it hurt them when we use our credit or debit? We're glad they're there, but people just don't carry cash anymore.
Right.
Especially to these festivals.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't hurt them. If they didn't accept credit cards, maybe somebody wouldn't buy something, but there is a percentage that's taken off of that they have to pay to the processor, to the bank's Visa, MasterCard, Discover. So
Okay.
it is going to take a percentage of their profits.
What have you found to be the biggest challenge that business owners have presented you with when it comes to credit card processing?
Biggest challenge.
Like what's something they don't understand or something that's really confusing or scary or...
I have to be honest. A lot of business owners really just say, I look at my credit card statement and see, or my bank statement to see how much money they've taken out. Sometimes they will hand me their unopened envelopes of their statement, or maybe they haven't looked at a statement in years. Really honestly, they just look at their bank statement, see how much. They have no clue what's involved in their statement. So that's one thing that I really do pride myself on is let's take a look at this. If I'm not able to help you, at least I want to educate you about what you are paying for, because I do believe that we need to be more educated, because there's ways I can help reduce those fees even though they don't switch to working with me.
Is it different working with business owners now that you're your own business owner?
Yes, it is. Totally. I didn't think it would be, but it totally is different. It's more of an investment. I can make up my own rules. I can do whatever I want to do, and that's so freeing. And I'm able to help business owners much more than I was able to before.
And what have you found has been the best support that you've gotten since you started? It's been a
support.
couple months now.
Yeah.
And I know you have a great team of people around
I do.
you.
I'm so fortunate. A lot of the networking that I do, everyone has been super supportive. And it's been kind of interesting because they will go out of their way. What else can I do for you? How can I help you? Maybe they're going to offer some service for free for me to help me out to get started. Even though I was doing this before, I'm getting a lot more support now. So I think people do really honor and respect people who do go off and do something on their own. They're taking responsible of their future and not waiting for someone else to, maybe give me that paycheck. This is all on me now.
We've noticed with Indiana Originals business members that are working together that there's kind of a different kind of pride, a different kind of support there, supporting other Indiana businesses. Are you finding the same now that you are an Indiana business?
Absolutely. I've always been passionate about helping locally owned businesses, mom and pops, people who have that drive to do their own thing because they have a passion for it. So I've always been supportive, but even now more so because I have to give in order to get. So I want to give as much as possible because I do think it's a much better relationship when you can help someone is struggling as well or trying to get their business started. So we all have to stick together and help each other.
I love it.
I know.
It's such a simple concept.
It is. So
It's such
simple.
a simple concept.
Yep.
What advice would you give to someone listening right now that's in the position you were in January? They're thinking about going out on their own. They have all this expertise, but they're not sure if they're ready to take that leap.
You know what? I don't know if I have anything specifically because I just did it. There's no right time, best time. You just have to have the faith. If you have that in yourself, and again, having other people support you. And again, I was super lucky because I was like, okay, now there's no income at all. I'm starting over from day one. So I had people helping me, which again, I keep saying that I'm super proud that I have friends like that. But sometimes it just is the right time. You got to feel it. It was an epiphany for me. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I can do this by myself. And what was the worst thing that was going to happen?
You get a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't the end of the world. It was like, let's take this leap of faith and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs miss. They're the ones that are thinking about being an entrepreneur, I should say, is worst case scenario, you get a job.
Exactly.
You don't know if you've succeeded unless you've failed 50 times
Exactly.
before. And
Absolutely.
As an entrepreneur, and you tell me if you agree with this, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen. The goal is just to make small mistakes.
Yeah.
That you can fix easily.
I've always had the mentality in my whole life. It's like, I'm a visual person, so I have to write things down. But I put like, okay, if I do this, what's the worst thing that can happen? And when I write it down on a piece of paper, I'm not going to die. Nothing, it's like it's not the end of the world. Maybe, yes, I fail and I struggle and I can't pay bills or whatever that is. It's still not the end of the world.
See, you're better than me because I haven't even gotten that far. I'm like, Indiana Originals is a great idea. We're going to do it. Like, no consequences. No, what if it fails? What if it succeeds? Nothing. I'm just like, we're getting this done.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to do that too and not think about it too much. You just got to jump off and do it.
Well, I'm very fortunate that I have a project manager, business analyst husband who's a little more responsible.
And you need that balance.
You do need that balance.
Gotta have it.
Absolutely.
You do.
So you are fortunate to
Yeah,
have
so
that.
I'm very fortunate that I have someone next to me making sure that bills are paid. Have you thought about this? Have you gone through this? And I think, Nancy, would you agree? That's what entrepreneurs need. You have to have that team around you so you know that what you're doing is leading you in the right direction.
Absolutely. And again, some of the people that I network with and have been mentors to me, just asking, I'm not sure what the next step is, or I'm really afraid, or I'm getting overwhelmed. There's so much to do. It's just me. And having them just step in and being comfortable going to them and saying, hey, this is where I'm at right now. And then those people who've been there saying, okay, just take a deep breath. And you know what? If something doesn't go right, just come back. We'll figure it out. So you have to have those type of people in your life. You just have to. If you don't, you probably need to find somebody.
Yes, come to Rainmakers.
Yes.
meetings. Come to Rainmakers. Another
Absolutely.
Indiana Originals member. We'd be happy to have you.
Absolutely.
Nancy Sunshine of the Sunshine Group, thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
journey
you,
with us
Mel.
today.
That's great.
I
so
so
nice to
appreciate
have you
it.
here. If you want to learn more about the Sunshine Group and how Nancy can help your business, IndianaOriginals.com is where you can find her profile.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's great to meet you. We
You
wish you the
too.
best of luck. Mel, we'll see you next week.
You bet.
All right, guys. Mel McMahon, IndianaOriginals.com, right here on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Thanks for listening to Indiana Originals Radio. Check us out at 93 WIBC Sunday mornings at 10:45.
I'm going back to Indiana.
And visit IndianaOriginals.com to find local businesses near you. Indiana Originals, leading local living.